Long before the dinosaurs fell silent, this creature was already perfecting its design. Unchanged for over 200 million years, tonight we witness the beginning of the most formidable predator the living world has ever produced. Inside each shell, something extraordinary stirs, a process 200 million years in the making, compressed into a single violent moment. The world is about to receive its most ancient predator again. It has never breathed air before, never moved under its own power, and yet it already knows what it is. This animal is born with its destiny written into every cell. Of the 60 hatchlings that emerged from this nest, fewer than 10 will survive their first year. The river, their birthright, is also their proving ground. Every shadow holds a threat. Every meal is a war. Each season brings new length, new weight, new power. The juvenile crocodile is refining systems that have not needed to evolve in 200 million years because perfection was already achieved long before humanity existed. It does not need to be taught to hunt. The instructions are ancient and preloaded. It simply waits, with a patience most living creatures cannot comprehend, for the moment to arrive. Every feature of this animal is a solution to a problem evolution solved long before the first mammal drew breath. The osteoderms, nature's chainmail. The jaws, the most powerful bite force of any animal alive today. Nothing about this body is accidental. When the dry season comes and water holes shrink, the saltwater crocodile slows its own metabolism to near nothing and simply endures, an ability almost without parallel in the animal kingdom. And unlike its cousins, it is a true ocean voyager, tracked crossing open sea for hundreds of kilometers using tidal currents as highways.
20 years, 6 meters, 1,000 kilograms. The fully mature male saltwater crocodile is the largest reptile on Earth and the undisputed apex predator of every ecosystem it inhabits. When it seizes prey, the outcome is decided in seconds. The death roll, a full-body rotation that disables, disorients, and dismembers, is a technique refined over epochs. There is no escape. There is only the water. As the wet season rises, dominant males announce their sovereignty with infrasonic bellows so low they ripple the water's surface itself. And for miles in every direction, every living creature understands this river belongs to one animal. A dominant male's territory can stretch 50 kilometers of river. Every sandbar, every bend, every deep pool claimed. When another male crosses that invisible line, the river erupts. Jaws capable of 3,700 pounds of force per square inch, deployed against an opponent armored with the same evolutionary engineering. And yet, the same animal capable of this violence approaches a female in mating season with something that can only be described as tenderness, communicating through infrasonic pulses felt through pressure receptors embedded along the jaw, below the threshold of human senses entirely. In the act of mating, 200 million years of successful survival are passed forward. 6 weeks later, the female builds the most important structure of her life, a nest mound engineered to precise temperature, because temperature determines the sex of the hatchlings. She will lay up to 90 eggs, and for 3 months she will not leave, will barely eat, will endure the full dry season motionless and watchful. No predator in this landscape is willing to test her resolve. When the crocodile hunts, it invests hours or even days of motionless waiting, reading every animal that comes to drink, and then, at the precise moment of maximum vulnerability,
It collects. 0 to full speed in under a second. By the time prey registers danger, it is already gone.
Remove the saltwater crocodile from its ecosystem, and the entire structure begins to collapse. As a keystone predator, it regulates prey populations, shapes the behavior of every surrounding species, and through its nest building, even creates habitat for other animals. Small birds approach its open jaws to clean parasites from between the teeth, an alliance between predator and prey that defies every instinct. Crocodiles return to the same hunting sites, the same nesting banks, year after year, decade after decade. This river is not just their habitat, it is their memory, their inheritance. For 200 years, nothing threatened this animal's survival. Then, in the span of a single century, humans hunted the saltwater crocodile to near extinction for its skin, collapsing populations by over 90% across its range. International protection came in time. In Australia, Papua New Guinea, and parts of Southeast Asia, populations have recovered, a rare conservation success story. The ancient thunder has returned to rivers that had fallen silent, but their survival now depends on a species that nearly destroyed them. The saltwater crocodile asks for nothing from humanity except the one thing we find hardest to give: restraint, space, and the humility to share a planet we did not make. Dawn on a river that has known crocodiles longer than it has known its own name. The mist is the same mist, the light is the same light, and below the surface, unchanged and unwavering, the same animal waits. From a single cracked shell, through drought and flood, through ocean and river, through the gauntlet of rivals and the patience of seasons, to this. In that eye, 200 years look back at you, not with malice, not with recognition, but with something older than either, an indifference so complete it has become, in its own way, a kind of wisdom. The saltwater crocodile was here before the first flower bloomed, before the first bird sang, before the first mammal drew breath. It will be here, if we choose wisely, long after we are gone. Some things were not made for a moment. Some things were made for all of time. The saltwater crocodile, Earth's oldest apex predator, still here.